Alright, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this video, all praise, honor, and glory goes into Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, alright, who rule well and teach well, and taught us this truth, as well as a sincere salutations to the elder bishops, along with you brothers who are, pushing all throughout the four winds of the earth. Doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Makakwadash. To you I say shalom. And title of this this video letter, this video lesson is, you other nations are not exempt. Esau will persecute you too. All right, because you got this guy who's been detained here, and I believe he's of Asian descent. The article goes into. So Jake getting scooped up. You getting scooped up too, because hey, this the devil. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he the devil. So he not only gonna scoop up Jake, he's gonna scoop up the heathen as well. He gonna see, because ultimately, he wants to get full control. He don't want just control of Jake. He want control of all the nations. He wants to be the new. He wants to be the new God. He wants to be the He's bugged out, and that's why he has to be put into captivity. Right? It's a must, and that is coming as well. But let me start off reading Matthew 24:12. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. It's sin upon sin. See, it's getting to the point where now, you got situations like this. Somebody getting scooped up after 40-some years in America, in which Japhet, Ammon, Moab, these different so-called Asian nations, y'all been kind of up under the radar. Don't nobody really mention, y'all when it comes to, immigration and whatnot. But Esau getting colder, the other nations getting colder. Right, the waxing old, that's in a, that's an overall sense. Icy man who has lived in the U.S. since he was a baby. So even if you in diapers, you took your first steps, all that. If you don't, and that's part of, that's the, basic beginnings of Esau's system, is having that paperwork. He needs to be able to, find you, put you under certain, prerequisites that you got to do. Because it is required. It's required. You got to have a social security number. This nigga out here just with no social security number. In Babylon the Great. Nah, they're not having that. They need to know exactly who every single person is. That's why it's so important that the CHIP come about. Because this old technology having he got to go to the DMV. He got to go to, wherever you get your, your passport information. He don't even have an ID. He just been living his life. And that just goes to show the shit. If they gonna scoop up a dude who been here for 50, 60, they'll scoop up anybody. And then eventually, people start bucking, which they already bucking. That's a whole nother article, though. It says, ICE detained a man who has lived in the U.S. since he was a baby at a routine appointment. So he was just, which I don't know if it was, like an appointment as far as his health or what. But whatever, they said be there at 8 o'clock. He was probably early. And they scooped him up. It says, but the agency is struggling to figure out what to do with him, as the man is stateless. So he don't have no paperwork. He don't have no paperwork where he from, and he don't have no paperwork here. And they damn sure don't want him up in here. All right, now they gonna give people an alternative though. Eventually, all right, you can take this the C-hip. We'll leave you alone. All right, we'll leave you alone. And they're gonna take it. You're gonna have a bunch of undocumented people coming out the woodworks to take that C-hip. You're gonna see people you gonna see people in your neighborhood you ain't never seen before showing up at them C-hip stations, man. It's gonna be them lines like when people go out and vote and they make a long single file line. Or when they passing out, turkeys, and they have everybody form a single line and they open up the back of the truck and they just hand out one by one. That's how they gonna do the C-hip. They ain't gonna do the C-hip like 20 people, all at once simultaneously with a machine. No, like people gonna be volunteering. You're going to have people that's going to get paid to put the C-hip in, different, which I'm going to watch my wording, but I feel like you can say this, different nurses. They're going to make a little extra money. She's going to be a travel nurse putting in C-hips. And this is coming. This is coming in our lifetime. All right. Matthew 24:13, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And it, it jumps from the love of many waxing cold to the end. Right? Because that's an indicator of the end. So we have to endure this. Just waking up in Babylon the Great. It's the absolute fucking worst. It's like you wouldn't wish it, how people say on your worst enemy. Your worst enemy. Esau created, man, this is such a wicked system, man. It's like we wouldn't even put Esau in the system that he's put us in. We wouldn't, buck break Esau. Put certain enchantments on him. Like, this nigga is wicked. He's wicked as hell. And he'll ask you as a nation, you going into captivity. You got to go. You doing all this so don't be surprised. He doing all this taking people away. Don't be surprised when you see the Israelites in the new bodies apprehending you. Because, see, we flesh and blood, we have the ability to trip and fall. And, in the kingdom, we ain't going to be none of that. You ain't going to be in the kingdom. Damn, I tripped over a rock and you stumble and fall over and, you to bent your knee. Nah, ain't none of that. we gonna be perfect. And we gonna have, hey man, we gonna have, that's why, enduring until the end. Going back to the scripture, enduring until the end. If we endure until the end through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we'll be saved by Yahushua HaMashiach. Lord's will were of the elect. Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. So all the nations are witnessing the gathering up of the elect of the nation of Israel. And it's only for the Israelites. Yeah, because Jake, you constantly think about Jake, which I think Jake was one of them vocab Malone type, individuals. Just very, very argumentative, Jake, and when you have that, and usually when you would see Jake in a vocab Malone hat, which I hate that's what, that's kind of what it's been reduced to, but when you see somebody in one of them hats, he coming in a plaid shirt, he coming, all sideways. Which the brother Gadal, man, that's an excellent observation. He might be an agent. Because he even came dressed like vocab, man. Man, Jake is a trip. Jake don't want to be saved. Jake want to be a part of he want to be a part of the other nations. Jake, I'm not no Israelite. Okay, your ass gonna die here in America, and then you gonna come back through the loins of the elect of the nation of Israel. So not only are you an Israelite now, you're an Israelite later. Hell, he could have been a tear. He could have been right. Hey, fine with that too. Because if you are Edomite, your ass is grass in the kingdom. That's all we got to say. If you, all you Jakes, all you Israelites who say you not Israelites, okay. You better hope you're an Israelite. Because when we in them perfect bodies, we going to beat the shit out you. And excuse my language, but that's what's going to happen. All you Jakes talking shit, shit talking all day. I ain't know, false, all these sort of crazy ass false accusations you put, towards the Hebrew Israelites as a whole too. You say, I'm not no Israelite. Okay, shit, you better hope you are Israelite. That's the one thing your ass better hope. You need to be, that's the one thing you need to aspire and need to be. Because if you anything else, your ass is grass. Especially if you Esau Edom. Because he the only nation that's going to be, completely destroyed. After 1,000 years. In the book of Obadiah, the heathens hate the book of Obadiah because it just one full hit over the head through the spirit, man. You damn devils. Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So this, place, it's gonna end in ultimately intercontinental nuclear ballistic missiles. But prior to that, it's gonna be all sorts of bloodshed and warfare here in Babylon the Great. aka America. Obadiah 1 and 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Everybody wants to be like the Israelites, and nobody wants to be like the Edomites. Nobody wants to be a heathen. All the Moabites want to be Jake. And of course you have Jakes over there, in them lands. So they imitate Jake. You got guys who may look like they're so-called Chinese over there in China, yet they're Israelites. And some of the things that they do, because they are Israelites, Moab sees it, and that now they want to imitate it. That's why, going back to the sea hip, a lot of the heathen is going to take the sea hip, because they're going to see the Israelites taking sea hips, the ones that are not of the elect. Because if you are an Israelite and you take that sea hip, you are not of the elect. Soon as that go in your hand, your forehead, your whatever, elbow, wherever it goes, wherever that sea hip go, that's it. You through. Which I wasn't going to get, all up into the article too much here, because it's, pretty self-explanatory. But his name is Chong Lang View. 45 years old, was brought to the U.S. as a baby. Damn, it says he was taken into custody after appearing at an immigration office for a review. His wife, Kyle View, which they might have scooped her up too. You could just be going to an appointment and get scooped up, man. That's how you know that Esau on the hunt. He's getting back into his mode, his true mode, man. His true evil mode. He's starting to, really get back in that hunter. This devil coming with destruction. He coming with mayhem. Yeah, fury. He gonna come furiously. Cause this guy right here, the Lord is gonna put the spirit on him to have, the mask on, them shades on. He got all the stuff on, and he ready to go. The Lord, it's gonna be a lot of Jakes. The Lord gonna put the spirit on a lot of Jakes to put them uniforms on too, and get busy out here. Cause you go, you look at the Border Patrol, for example. It's a lot of Edomites. It's a lot of Jake too. It says if you break the law, you will face consequences. Okay, so if you show up and you ain't got the proper paperwork, yeah, you weren't born here. So they said it themselves. It's a crime. It is a crime to be here and you ain't got no paperwork. Then if you do got paperwork and you here, now you got to fall into the next part of Esau's program. All right, now you got to pay. Be a part of this. Do all the Babylonian stuff. See, they want to get the undocumented out. You know, to push the undocumented out. But that C-HIP is going to change the game. Okay, that's a solution. All right, y'all. Okay, hold on. Y'all can stay. Just take the C-HIP. We track your movements. You know, you check in with it. They're going to have the C-HIP when you go to do different check-ins with immigration. C-HIP. You go to the DMV. Okay, they looking. Okay, C-HIP. You buy or sell, C-HIP. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. So yeah, this damn devil, he's so prideful, he can't see shit. He can't see himself going head first into captivity. He can't see himself, going head first into captivity, going down. Because he's so damn prideful. It says the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, Edomites, whose habitation is high. Yeah, you put yourself on the highest pedestal. And you ain't shit. We've been around you, damn devils. You ain't shit. You really can't do shit. Really. You just are the devil. That's just what it is. It's a spiritual thing. You're the damn devil. All right, and the Israelites are the righteous. And the elected of the nation of Israel are not going to take the C-HIP. And they're going to rule over you. It's that simple. Just accept it. Yet the pride makes it so that they cannot accept it. That's all right. All right, and that's why we need the Lord to come back, because He ain't gonna listen to us. He already got us all jacked up. So so the question is, what do? You turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Repent. Seek after Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The one power that can get us out of this situation that we in. It ain't it's nothing else that can get us out of this. Not money, not hoes, clothes, all that. Because this devil, he coming down with great wrath, man. Because he know, okay, I got a short time. I'm done. I'm through. The C-HIP is that last desperate effort to and let's get that as well. And I'm gonna read both of these because that's a great example. And I'm in the video. Psalms 39 and 6. Surely every man walketh in a vain show. Surely they are disquieted in vain. He heapeth up riches and knoweth not who shall gather them. So let's read this from the top. Psalms 39 and 1. To the chief musician, even to Jeduthun, a psalm of David. I said, I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle while the wicked is before me. Yeah, so controlling your words, that's a big deal. Because certain things that there's of course consequences for your actions depending on what you say. All right, I was dumb with silence. I held my peace even from good, and my sorrow was stirred. My heart was hot within me, while I was musing the fire burned. Then spake I with my tongue, Lord, make me to know mine end in the measure of my days, what it is. that I may know how frail I am, and the conclusion, the conclusion of the matter. All right, the conclusion of the matter. And that's the thing. All the prophets, all the prophecies, we look towards what's ahead. The kingdom. All right, after the kingdom, that's forever. We looking towards the kingdom. We looking at the prophecies. We're constantly getting to the scriptures, the prophecies. That's all we care about. Now, of course, you may watch a little bit, might watch a piece of a baseball game or something like that. But ultimately, we just going into prophecies. All the prophecies in the scriptures. The 100% of the scriptures. All the scriptures. Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha, all of it. It matters. The truth matters. People want to constantly, that old book, that don't matter. It's the only thing that matters. All right? Psalms 39:5, it says, "Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth, short, and mine age is as nothing before thee." Yeah, we young. We young. Brothers in their 20s, 30s, 40s. That's young. Even compared to the men of that came before us, the Israelite men that came before us, living for hundreds of years. We young. Yeah, and that's how this the most wicked man. May Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shema Kakodash destroy this place. You can't, because those men from back then, Isaiah, like if you were to take Isaiah and have Isaiah live this current life for even a week, he'd be like, get me the fuck out. Get me out. And he may be here amongst brothers and he don't know that he Isaiah. And if he is here, he currently thinking that, oh man, this get me the fuck out of here, Lord, please. I'm of the elect. Lord, what's the end? When is the end? We constantly think about the end. We gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta get the fuck out of here. That's something that's constantly in our mind. Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah Salakia, please forgive me. May you get your elect out of Babylon the Great, aka America. Constantly thinking about leaving this place. We know we don't want this place. This is a continuing city, for those who are not of the elect. You just want to continue here, man. We don't want to fucking continue here. We want up out of this. The Lord's will, we of the elect, we gonna get up out of here. All right, and it's gonna be the Lord that's gonna do it. See, it's the Lord that's going to get us out of these situations. We need the Lord to get us out of these situations because we only have a short amount of time. All right? We only have a short amount of time. We coming up on the end. Jake ain't going to be able to sit here like a buffet and pick and choose, the prophecies and, I like that, but I don't like this. No, coming very soon, this devil going to come with so much wrath that the men of the Lord aren't going to be on the highways and byways. So you're not going to be able to just pick and choose and pick up what you want and throw away the rest. All right, this word, hearing the word is not going to be something that's going to be on the regular anymore. That's something very spiritual when you see that the men of the Lord, starting off with the elder apostles of Great Millstone, aren't on the highways and byways. Once you see that, you know it's going down because the Lord has, he's got his men out of the way. Okay, boom. Because the Lord is moving very quickly, like 2026. Lord's will is the year that the Sea Hip is presented, and Eventually the Lord comes, and if not this year, next year. All right? And if not that year, then the year after that. But very, very soon, the Lord is coming back. And see, these people know this, man. These other nations, they know, okay, yeah, something happening. They scooping up, what is his name? I don't want to mess his name up. Chong Lang View. We know for a fact, man. We know for a fact that he knows, man, it's this. America ain't shit now. you know he proud as hell. He probably got a flag, he probably got the American flag all over the place. Yet look at how they digged you, man. And see, we can recognize that. We can feel that, us being the Israelites, we reflect a lot on that. The hell that we catch. Yet you other nations, you don't really reflect on the hell that you catch till you really catching it. Now all of a sudden, okay, yeah, they going too far. Now that they done scooped your ass up and put you in a van, now they going too far. This devil gonna show you, man. Psalms 39 and 5 once again. Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth, and mine age is as nothing before me. Verily, every man in his best state is altogether vanity. Salah, yeah, because we ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. So, we doing things to the best of our ability, and with the Lord coming back and us being perfect, now we can actually set up the kingdom. We can't set up the kingdom in this current state that we're in because we have the ability to sin. We have the ability, not to follow the Lord, which was will of the elect. We follow the Lord all the way to the end. The Israelites as a whole, right? We in these bodies, corruptible bodies, but the Lord is going to give us, the Lord is going to give us the incorruptible. All right, Psalms 39 and 6. Surely every man walketh in a vain show. Yeah, look at what I got. Look at me. Right? Surely they are disquieted in vain. It's like they are disquieted in vain. He heapeth up riches and knoweth not who shall gather them. So who's going to gather them? Ultimately the elect of the nation of Israel, when you got to give them up, when you got to cough them riches up, right? And you heaping up all the good stuff, the gold, silver, these different precious metals. That's what you heaping up. And then you printing the money like a damn crazy person. So here it is. He giving you pieces of paper. And he's storing away, gold bars. He's the damn devil, man. This nigga's the worst. Psalms 39 and 7. And now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee. Yeah, so the only reason why we don't lose it is because of the Lord. Because we waiting on the Lord and occupying in prophecy. All right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, We will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And the elect of the nation of the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be the governing body of the kingdom of heaven. They're going to, basically, you're going to be in the position to do the Lord's will on a higher level than those that are not of the elect. We not in this to just be just destroyed by missiles and then coming back to the loins of the elect. No, the goal is to be of the elect. If you got the mindset of, I don't know, then you don't need to be in this. You need to be in this truth if you are striving to be. Now, not to the point where you just know you of the elect, because none of us know. Yeah, we in the spirit. We in the spirit to, strive, put our best foot forth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, just seeking out the Lord. Luke 19:19, it says, and he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Yeah, and you have a lot of Jakes that decided, nah, I'm going to put this on a shelf. And now, it'd have been, and those be the worst type of Jakes. Yeah, I knew I was an Israelite in 1991. Well, nigga, what you mean? Shit, Jake is a trip, man. Jake wanted, okay, let me just play around. Nah. When you hear this truth, you support the Lord, moves, when he moves in an appropriate amount of time. It ain't, yeah, knew I was Israelite for 8 years and then I decided, nah, hell nah. Nah. The Lord, now of course the Lord's got a balance to it to where it's not, on Monday you find out an Israelite and then on Tuesday you holding camp, but there's a balance to it. All right, Luke 19:21. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou laidest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Yeah, so knowing that that's how he gets down, you need to be, hey, we doing backflips for the Lord. Whatever the Lord said to do, following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Because we know that the Lord, Barakatha Yahba Shem Yahushua, for us being in this truth. Which is, this can be another lesson. Right here, so I'll just take a screenshot of that. All right, so with that, Lord's will, this was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Dumb honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well and taught us this truth, as well as the sincere salutations to the elder bishops, along with you brothers who are pushing this word all throughout the four winds of the earth. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Baraka Thumb. All right, to you brothers, man. And you damn heathens, you getting persecuted, right? It's gonna continue all the way till when we see the sea hip. Then the whole world's gonna be tested by the sea hip, and the elect of the nation of Israel ain't gonna take the sea hip and be delivered here in Babylon the Great, all right, aka America, delivered by our Lord, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord is gonna send His Son Yahushua to get and save the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, and we know it's coming soon. Baba Ba and Kwam Yashala. Shalom.